Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. If you don't know me, my name's Sam. I'm a licensed hairstylist, and in today's video, I'm going to be reacting to some of your salon horror stories. If you have a story that you would like me to share in a future video, you can go ahead and email it to styledbysamthay@gmail.com. I will have that listed in the description as well. So I'm just gonna pull them up at random. I try to not read any of them ahead of time because I want to give like my genuine first impression reaction. So this message is from Carrie. She said, unfortunately today I'm writing about a bad experience I had during a touch-up for my balayage I had at the time. This was about 2 or 3 years ago, and after going to salons that weren't so great, I decided to find a higher end salon to do my balayage. After a couple weeks of searching, I finally found a salon that had really great reviews. They allowed online bookings where you could choose who you want, so I was trying to get an appointment with one of the handful of names I saw pop up on the raving reviews. Unfortunately, none of them were available for me when I needed. There was one girl I saw was available for the time I could fit in, which was later in the day. Before booking my appointment with her, I scrolled through the reviews to see if I could find one about her. I only found 2 out of the hundreds, which should have been a red flag, but because they were 5 stars, I decided to go for it. The consultation went well, and when she actually did the balayage, it came out exactly how I wanted. I was so happy walking out that when it came time to get my touch-up, I actually moved some things around so that I was available when she had an opening. I was her first client that day, and my appointment was set for 10 a.m. I got there 5 minutes early and went to check in. The receptionist looked for my stylist and called the owner over to ask if she knew whether or not she was going to come in that day. The owner sighed and got on her phone. I was given a water and sat in the waiting area for my stylist to arrive. Again, red flag. My stylist ended up calling me to tell me that she was running a little late but was close by. Because I had done a lot of my errands the day before, majority of my day was free for the sole purpose of this appointment, so I told her not to worry about it and to drive safely. Ooh yeah, already not a good sign. I hate that. It's annoying enough when clients are late to their appointments, but as a stylist, like, it's not even just like you're late to an appointment, like you're late to work. I try to always get to the salon like at least 10 to 15 minutes before my first client of the day. And if the client is like way early and gets there before me, I hate that. Like even if I'm early for the appointment, but if they get there before me, I hate that. I just don't think that that's a good look. I want to make sure all my stuff is set up and that I'm ready to go. It just looks way more professional. When she arrived, she put her things down and sat me in her chair. My hair doesn't grow quickly, so not much had grown out, but I was going to appear in my friend's wedding in a couple of days, so after talking with the stylist, I came in for the touch-up anyway. She said she was going to bring the balayage up a bit, and trusting her expertise, I said okay. She started putting some foils on me and then walked away. I felt they were getting warm a lot quicker, and after about 20 minutes, she came to check on me and said, oh wow, it's lightening up a lot faster this time. We'll leave it in for 10 more minutes. And walked away. Fast forward 40 minutes later, and my head is starting to burn. What? I let her know, but she just said it was normal and walks me to the washing station. She rinses out my hair and gets the toner and lathers it in my hair and leaves me for a half hour. What? Mind you, every time she leaves, she goes to the back and starts talking to other stylists or to eat pizza someone brought. When she came back, she examined my hair and said I would need to tone it again. After the second toning, she whispered to the stylist next to her. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but looking back, I think she was asking what she should do because they were handling my hair. After a lot of her walking back and forth and conditioning treatment, which I didn't know was happening, she styled me, I paid and I left. That day, everything looked fine aside from my scalp burning. It wasn't until 2 days later when I ran my hair through my hair for it to come out in handfuls. I was in shock. I called the salon and asked for my stylist, only for them to say she no longer worked there. I tried to get a hold of her through her cell, but she was ghosted. Luckily, at the same time, my husband's stylist had left the all-male salon and got her own spot where she did both males and females. After looking at my hair for a second time, she said that the previous stylist fried my hair. She helped fix how uneven it was from my hair falling out and gave me an ointment to put on my scalp because it was so irritated from her leaving the bleach in so long. After hearing nothing from the previous stylist for a year, I got a text message saying she was at a new salon and to come in any time. Needless to say, I will not be going back to her, and I'm happy with my current stylist who saved my head and my hair after it was destroyed. Thanks for taking the time to read my story, and I wish you the best. Thank you so much for sending in your story, Carrie. I'm so sorry that happened to you. What the hell? I just can't stand people that are so delusional like that. Like, she just completely disregarded the original message you sent her, but still had your number, obviously, and was like, oh, let me just reach out to everybody and let them know I'm at a new salon. Like, what? Why would she think that you would want to come back after that? Especially after she didn't even like attempt to address it or apologize or fix it. The fact that she did your hair really well the first time and then the second time was running late and then kept going to the back, it sounds like something was probably going on in her personal life. Not that that's an excuse, obviously, I'm not making excuses for her, but you know, she might not necessarily be a terrible stylist. It just sounds like there was something going on with her. I don't know why she would ever leave your hair to process for so long, especially if she was just doing a touch-up, because when you're doing a touch-up, it's virgin new hair, it's gonna lighten really easily. There's no reason to let it sit for so long, and especially if she came and checked on it after 20 minutes and said that it was lightening really fast, why would she then leave it even longer? And especially if like it was getting hot, like yeah, it's kind of normal for the foils to get warm, but if they're hot and like burning your scalp, which by the way, for a balayage, the lightener should not be going up to your scalp anyway, so that's weird. Like, why would it even be burning your, especially if it's in a foil? It should not be touching your scalp. That is a hot mess of a story, and that's just inexcusable. And you know what? We all have our bad days, and I'm not gonna lie, like I have bad days where I don't do my best work. And if I do make a mistake and I like really mess somebody's hair up, I'm gonna own up to it, and I'm gonna like really apologize and try my best to remedy the situation, not just style it and try to hide it and cover it up and just send you on your way and pretend like nothing ever happened. I wonder if she got fired or if she just quit, but that's why I was saying, like, I feel like there was some stuff going on. Before I get into the next story, I have to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community where millions come together to take the next step in their creative journey. They have thousands of inspiring classes for curious and creative people on topics ranging from crafts to productivity to videography, marketing, freelancing, and so much more. Classes include a combination of lessons and a class project, and they're designed to fit your schedule and skill level. So if you guys have been watching my vlogs recently, I've talked about how lately I've been feeling really burnt out and just very tired and overworked, and it's also just like a stressful time, I think, for everybody. So something that I've been doing recently to kind of like calm myself down and relax and like get just like the artistic creative juices flowing is I started doing paint by numbers, and now I have all these paints left over, and I was like, I kind of want to create something that's like more unique and that's like custom made. So I came across this class, Daily Art Practice for Self-Care, 14 Days of Messages to Yourself by Jessica Swift. And I just love it. I love the idea of using art, obviously, for self-expression, but also for self-care and just as a way to like escape everyday life. And I love the idea of just creating these really positive, uplifting messages that I can just like hang around my apartment just to remind myself on days where I'm feeling like kind of blah that everything is going to be okay. So I'm going to have a link down in the description. The first 1,000 people to click that link will get 2 free months of premium membership to Skillshare so you can explore your creativity. And then after that, it's less than $10 a month for an annual subscription. So thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys as always for allowing me the opportunity to work with sponsors. Now, let's get on to the next story. All right, so I think we'll do one more story. And this one actually has photos attached, so that's exciting. Let's see. This is from Kenzie. She said, "Hi Sam, hope you're doing well, and I just wanted to say I love your channel." Thank you. "Here's a horror story I had about 5 years ago when I was 19. I had medium golden brown hair and really wanted an ombre, back when ombre was all the rage." Ooh. I remember those days. It was pretty late in the night, around 7 p.m., and my sister and I walked into a salon downtown just to make a consultation appointment. I had no intention of actually getting my hair done that day because I assumed they would be closing soon and really just wanted to have a consultation and book an appointment for the future. I go in and explain to the receptionist, and she leads me into a chair and tells me to wait for the stylist who she claimed does the best ombre. The stylist looks at my hair and I explain to her I like the current color I have. I just want to lighten the ends for an ombre look. I showed her an inspiration photo for reference, which I have attached. She agrees and tells me she's going to do a test strand free of charge to see how my hair lightens. I agree and wait while she mixes what I thought would be bleach. I was wrong. She comes back and immediately starts putting color on my roots. I was so confused as I thought we were doing one test strand on my ends. I asked her what she is doing and she says she is just evening out my roots. I was confused, but since I was young and shy, I said nothing. She proceeds to do my entire head of hair in dark brown dye. Interesting. Okay. If you thought this was already bad, it gets worse. Without rinsing the brown dye out of my hair, she brings in the bleach. At this point, I'm assuming we are doing the entire session today, even though I booked a consultation. So I tell my sister to go take my card and grab money from the bank so I can pay for the service, even though the price was never discussed because, like I said, it was supposed to be a consultation. So yes, she starts bleaching the ends of my hair but goes all the way to the top of my roots with the bleach like a balayage, while the brown dye is still on my hair. She was covering bleach on top of brown dye. Now, I'm not a stylist and clearly know nothing, but I thought this was kind of strange. So now my head was covered in brown dye with bleach on top and I was so nervous. I was being rinsed and she says it looks beautiful, and when I get sat back down, the look of horror my sister had on her face scared the heck out of me. She blow dries me and turns me around, and oh no, stripes of white, gold, orange, the whole enchilada. You name the color, I had it somewhere on my hair. Again, I was so nervous to say anything, so unfortunately I said nothing. She takes me to pay at reception, and even the receptionist who booked me in the first place says, "Oh, so are we still charging you for ombre?" Her voice confirmed it. It looked horrible. I ended up being charged $450 for ombre. I never went back and ended up getting my hair fixed a few months later. It was a lot of ponytail days for a while. The lesson I learned here is to speak up when something doesn't seem right. I know a lot of people, including myself, are shy and that seems horrific to do, but when you were spending, in my case, $450, I should feel comfortable enough to say something. And I should have done my research because once I looked at the Yelp reviews after, all the reviews for this stylist were horrible. I attached a picture of what it looked like after the appointment and what I asked for. So this is a picture of her hair before. I kind of understand the evening out the brown up top because it does look like you have almost kind of a little bit of a subtle balayage. So if you wanted the look of a true ombre where it's all dark up top and then just gradually gets lighter down at the bottom, you need to have an even canvas to start with, because if you have a couple of lighter brown highlights that come up a little bit higher, then it's not gonna have that perfect gradient look. So now seeing the before picture, I get that sort of, but this after picture, how that looks anything like the inspiration photo is just beyond me. It doesn't look horrible, but it's not what you asked for at all. But the fact that you came in, you sat down, and you were there for a consultation, and the stylist said we're gonna do a test strand, and then all of a sudden just starts doing a full head application. First of all, what if you didn't have time to be sitting there and getting all that done? What if you didn't have the money? And the fact that there was just no communication at all. She did not tell you that she was gonna be doing the full service. She did not tell you what she was going to be doing. She did not discuss, there was no you were there for a consultation and she didn't even do any consulting at all whatsoever. And didn't even discuss the price with you, which I always make sure that I discuss price with my clients before I get started so that we're on the same page and they understand what happened. How was there that much miscommunication that she went from saying, "Oh, I'm going to do a test strand," and then just went and started doing a full head application? What? And especially, you walked in there around 7 p.m. How late were they open till? Jeez. And yeah, applying bleach over color isn't necessarily wrong. You absolutely can do that, but it's always going to give you a brassy and warm result. So if she just wanted to even out your base color, she could have just applied the color up top and then applied the lightener on the ends without overlapping the two. And I don't know why she would bring the lightener all the way up to the top. That is not an ombre at all whatsoever. Like, she just clearly did not know what she was doing and did not communicate with you at all whatsoever. I don't fault you though for not saying something, because I've been there. When I was younger, I was really shy too, and I never would speak up about anything. I would just be like, thank you, and then go home and cry. So I get that. Stories like this make me just want to take that stylist and just slap them. And I don't mean to like sit on a pedestal and act like I'm so perfect, because I'm not. But what the fuck? This is why I stress so much in my videos how important good communication is, and how like customer service is everything, because I just feel like so many stylists lack that. I'm really sorry that happened to you, but at least it was a learning lesson, and let this be a learning lesson for everyone else. Always do your research, especially nowadays with social media. If you're looking into a salon and they don't have social media, they don't have a website, they don't have photos of their work, run. Look for a place that has lots of photos of their work, that has really good reviews, and make sure that you're researching the specific stylist that you're going to too, because even like the previous story, the salon itself could have great reviews and could have some good stylists, but there might be a few that aren't so great, or maybe they're a little bit newer. So make sure that specifically the stylist you're booking with, that they have good reviews, that you can see photos of their work, and that they specialize in what you want specifically. Because if you're looking at a stylist and they have tons of pictures of like beautiful brunette hair and their work looks really nice, but you want to be a redhead or something, you know what I mean? Like, you want something that's totally different. They might be really good at doing brunette hair, but maybe they aren't the best at doing what you want. So make sure that you're seeing a lot of photos of what you want specifically, and book a consultation first, and make sure that you are there for a consultation. And don't be afraid to speak up. I know it's really hard, especially if you're shy, but ask questions, and make sure before the stylist gets started that they discuss with you what they're gonna be doing, what the process is going to entail, what the upkeep and the maintenance is going to be, and how much it's going to cost you. And if they don't bring that up themselves, ask. Like, don't let them go to the back and start mixing anything up or start taking out their shears without discussing that with you first. You should get a good vibe from your stylist and feel like you really can trust them. So I think that's going to be it for this video. My throat is getting so dry from talking so much. Thank you to everybody who sent in your stories. I am scrolling through my inbox and I have so many more. So if you guys like these videos and you want me to do another one soon, let me know by giving the video a thumbs up. Make sure that you're also subscribed to my channel and that you hit the bell notification so you get notified every time I upload. And like I said, if you have a story that you would like me to share in a future video, go ahead and email it to styledbysamvay@gmail.com. But that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found it entertaining, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.